steady and others blinking. Green, red, and yellow. She stood and looked at it more closely. Maybe she could find the right button to make an announcement over the hospital's public address system. She had a professional-sounding telephone voice. If she could find the right button, she could say, "Jane Whitefield, please report to the emergency room. Jane Whitefield, there is a patient to see you in the emergency room." It would be a huge risk, because they might throw her out or even have her arrested, but she had to do something. The girl stepped closer and looked for labels on the buttons, then heard a woman's voice talking, growing louder as the woman came up the hall. The girl turned away from the phone and heard the swish of fabric as the woman stepped into the room. The woman was brown-skinned, about 40 years old, and seemed to be from the Middle East or Asia. She wore a starched white coat with a gold name tag. "Christine?" "Yes?" "I'm Dr. DePreda. Are you in pain? Are you having cramps now?"
"Once in a while they come back."
"Bleeding?"
"I think it stopped."
Dr. DePreda touched Christine's forehead, then took her stethoscope and pressed it against Christine's neck for a few seconds. "All right. Let's get you undressed and I'll give you a brief exam, so we'll know more." She opened a drawer, took out a package, and tore it open. Christine could see it was a gown. "You can put this on, and I'll be back in a minute." She started out, pulling the door after her.
"Doctor?"
"Yes?"
"Do you know a woman named Jane Whitefield?"
"Sounds familiar." "Is she a doctor?"
"I don't know. Someone I know said I might run into her here."
One of Dr. DePreda's perfect curved eyebrows gave an eloquent upward twitch that conveyed sympathy, apology, and yet a businesslike urgency. "I haven't been here long. I'll be back." She went out and closed the door. Christine's heart was beating faster. She was feeling more and more panicky. Sweat dampened her shirt and nausea was coming on. She had come so far and she was so frightened. Now that she was here, the place seemed to be a lot of blank, unknowing faces and closed doors, and she had no idea how long she would be safe here. She fought the impulse to step out the door and run, and began to undress. This was the plan she had chosen. She had to carry it through and give it a chance to work. If she couldn't find Jane Whitefield, at least maybe she could stay here long enough to rest. Dr. DePreda hurried out to the reception area and spotted the big security officer near the doors to the parking lot. As she stepped toward him, she saw his head turn, his dark, intelligent eyes see her, and his black face smile down at her. "Mr. Matthews." "Dr. DePreda, what can I do for you?" For an instant, she felt the warm, reassuring attention that he always brought with him. He was about 6'7" and weighed, by her estimate, 280 pounds, but his manner made him seem like a doting uncle. She had to speak quickly and just above a whisper. "I just got a patient, a pregnant female, who listed her age as 20. She's showing signs of extreme anxiety. She's afraid, genuinely frightened." "Do you need help with her?" "Not with her. She's perfectly docile. But I have a feeling about this. She acts as though she were being chased. Do you understand?" He nodded. "What does she look like?" "Caucasian, brown hair, light eyes. Looks younger than 20. Her name is Christine. The triage nurse noted that she arrived alone in a taxi." "I saw her." "All right, Doctor," said Mr. Matthews. "I'll begin watching for anyone who might be looking for her." "Thank you, Mr. Matthews." She turned and hurried back through the automatic doors that led to the examining rooms. Officer Stanley Matthews stepped to the outer doors of the emergency room and looked out. He wasn't quite sure what he was looking for: an angry parent or brother, an abusive boyfriend, or even some female rival with a gun in her purse. Dr. DePreda wasn't some flighty, overprotected woman who imagined danger. Before she had come to this country, she had been in a couple of wars, doing battlefield patch-up jobs while incoming mortar rounds thumped inside the perimeter near enough to bounce the instruments on the table.